Hello there. Today we're going to discuss FLAMS. FLAMS are a staple of percussion basically. A flam note is described as two notes hitting the same time on the same beat but not at the same time. This is a flam. Obviously the lower note here, called the grace note, hits the pad or drum earlier than the accent tap here. And it kind of creates a two sounds that sound the same. Sounds cool though, and also is visually appealing. And so that's why you might see a lot of marching music use it, because it just looks better. So for concert, for example, the grace note will be extremely low. It is much lower than like a 3-inch tap bite from marching band. But there is a usually discernible difference between the accent tap and the grace note. Not like the first one, but in marching band, it's relatively close. It's somewhat closer. You can still kind of hear two sounds, but sometimes it can be passed off as one sound. It looks like they're both hitting the same thing from a visual standpoint, but obviously from an auditory standpoint, you can hear there's something funky going on. Now, flam is not two notes at the same time. It is so hard to play this wrongly. Anyways, that's the flam. You can practice it by just like alternating per each. But now, next video, I'll be going over how the flam can be used for like literally everything. Psych. Welcome to the video that explains how the flam can be used for literally everything. So, you have like something like duple. That's a duple roll. A triplet. 16 note. And you can add flams in whichever part of those notes you can. So for example, you can do something like this. That's pretty hard. For a triplet, you can do something like this. That is one of the most famous uses for the flam, a flam triplet. Now, if you went over the video on duple rolls, good for you. Otherwise, don't worry. Basically, a duple roll is something like this, where the skeleton rhythm is 8th notes, but obviously the rolls make it sound like 16 notes. So for this, you want to put the flam on the first part of the roll for each hand. So something like that. And then you don't want to downstroke the accent to here, but rather to like 6 inches, so that it provides a cleaner sound, because it sounds harsh. No one likes harsh. And then once you do that, then add the flam. If you want a further breakdown, this one's better. As you can see, it's like a succession of 3 notes. It's not exactly a triplet. It's more like 3 16th notes bunched up in one. And then this is just delayed a little bit right after. I don't exactly know the time difference. Now the flam triplet, you have a triplet, right? Now a flam triplet usually is accident, otherwise it will be really hard to do a flam triplet if all of them are accents. Like this would be an example. Like that's how screwy it is. So usually the flam triplet have an accent on the first partial, which is a part of the triplet. So there are 3 partials in a triplet. First partial is obviously the first note, I will say, of the triplet. And then all you have to do is add a flam to it, and then follow it with a tap on the left hand and a tap on the right hand. And as you're doing the tap, after a tap on the right hand, bring your left hand up, do the flam again, right, left. And I basically have a flam triplet. That would be the end of this. So yeah.